Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavad Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shlokir Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Recording in progress.
Hare Krishna. So, you are all welcome, dear devotees. We are starting our continuity of Bhakti Vedanta study of 10th Canto, 8th chapter. The Krishna showing the universe to the Mother Yashoda. And we are in this section about the name-giving ceremony of Sri Krishna. Garga Acharya, who is the expert in astrology, was requested by Nanda Maharaj secretly to do the name-giving ceremony of the two babies, and he gave in one verse the name to Rohini Nandan Balaram and Sankrishna. Then he told about the past life of Krishna, that your son Nanda Baba appeared in each yuga with different colors, and now he has appeared in Sham Varan, in blackish Varan, and all other incarnations which appear in different yuga are included in him. And then he said this verse which we have left yesterday. Prag ayam Vasudevasya. Prag means in the last birth, and Prag also means just recently. Ayam, this he's pointing his finger to the baby Yashodanandan. Vasudevasya, at the house of Vasudeva, but there are different meaning of word Vasudeva. So we'll see that. Kvachit Jatas, he was born there. But then Nanda was surprised. What you are saying? No, Tava Atmaja. No, your son. This your son sometime earlier appeared as son of Vasudeva. Vasudeviti Shriman. Therefore, he will be known as Vasudeva. Shriman means he is beautiful. Shriman means he is prosperous. Shriman also may be addressed to the Garga. Abhigna samparichakshate. So, for many reasons, this beautiful son of yours is the son of Vasudeva. Therefore, those who are loving him, this child Vasudeva. Garma Muni indirectly disclosed this child was originally born as son of Vasudeva, although he is acting as your son. Generally, he is your child, but sometimes he is the son of Vasudeva. Garga Muni informed Nanda, Chakravarti Pad writes, that in a previous life, Prague, his son was born in a solitary place from Vasudev and was called Vasudev. Not only Garga, but a knowledgeable person also say this. In this way, he discloses the fact. Shiva Goswami writes, the literal meaning is as follows. For some reason, your son was born from Vasudev. It was in previous birth of Vasudev, with a previous birth of your son. It is natural for Nanda to have him a son. In the next verse, Garga also referred to Krishna as Nanda's son. Nanda understood that in the previous life, Vasudeva was also called Vasudev. The secret meaning is as follows. Previously in this life, in Kansa's prison, he was born from Vasudeva, but he is also your son. This is according to the conclusion that Krishna was born in Yashoda's mind and thus was Nanda's son. O Nanda, filled with greatest fortune, because of having such a son, Shriman. Another version has Shriman or Shriman, which modifies I am, this child. Your child is endowed with greatest fortune and beauty, so it applies to Krishna now. Abhigna indicate persons in knowledge of the real meaning of being born to Vasudeva, rather than those who are ignorant of the fact. They will call him Vasudeva. So Garg calls him your son to destroy the doubt that Krishna is Vasudeva's son. Tav Atmaja, the astonishing Supreme Lord, Shriman. This term used later also reinforced the meaning O Garga, endowed with the treasure of the highest fortune, Shriman. Another version is Shriman, your son, the most beautiful. Your son is called Vasudeva since he is the presiding deity of Chitta. Now is another meaning of Vasudeva. Presiding deity of Chitta, we have our subtle body, our antahkarana, our internal senses, therefore Vasudeva, therefore mana, mind, intelligence, false ego, and polluted consciousness. So for each there is a presiding deity. So for Chitta, presiding deity is Vasudeva. So Chitta is a representation of Mahatattva. And for he is, for Ahankar, the presiding deity is Sankarshan. And for intelligence and mind and intelligence,
Aniruddha.
Pradyumna and Aniruddha.
And there are
intelligence is Pradyumna, mind is Aniruddha.
Mind is Aniruddha and Pradyumna. There is somebody else also the mind's presiding deity along with Aniruddha. Prabhupada writes some word.
Another.
Moon.
Say again.
Moon god.
Moon, yeah, Manasa Jata. Chandrama Manasa Jata, right? Prabhupada writes like that. And for Buddhi, there is another one. Intelligence. Brahma. Brahma. And for false ego, there is another one also. Shankar.
Shiva.
Oh, yeah, Shiva, right. Okay, that is so. Vasudeva means the presiding deity of Chitta. Again, he hides the fact by explaining that he was previously born as the son of Vasudeva. The hiding means is expressed by the affix some. Those in the knowledge call him Turth, some, Vasudev, because he is born as the son of Vasudeva. Oh, there is a big. The word Vasu means senses. Garga Santa. The word Vasu means senses, and the word Deva means the heart, because he acts in the heart and senses of the living entities. He is as Vasudeva. He is known as Vasudeva. So Vasu means senses, and the Deva means heart. And the next another line says, he is the husband of Radha, king of Vrishabhanu, daughters born in the palace of Queen Kirti, and therefore he is known as Radhapati. He is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, the master of the countless universes. He is splendidly manifest in the transcendental abode of Goloka. So Garga Santa has some more additions. Verse number 15. Bahuni santi namani rupani cha sutasya te gunaha karmaha anurupani tani aham veda no gna jana. For this son of yours there are many forms and many names, forms and names according to his transcendental qualities and activities. These are known to me, but people in general do not understand them. Srila Prabhupada writes, Bahuni. The Lord has many names. Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantarupam. The Lord is one, but he has many forms and many names. It was not that because Garga Muni gave the child the name Krishna, only name. He has other names such as Bhaktavatsal, Giridhari, Govinda, Gopal. If we analyze the Nirukti or the semantic derivation of the word Krishna, we find that Na signifies that he stopped the repetition of birth and death. And Krishna means Sata Artha or existence. So Krishna is the sole existence. Also Krishna means attraction and Na means Anand or bliss. So Krishna is known as Mukunda because he wants to give everyone a spiritual, eternal, blissful life. Unfortunately, because of the living entity's little independence, the living entity wants to deprogram the program of Krishna. This is material disease. Nonetheless, because Krishna wants to give transcendental bliss to the living entities, he appears in various forms. Therefore, he is called Krishna. Because Garga Muni was an astrologer, he knew what others did not know. Yet Krishna has so many names that even Garga did not know them all. It is to be concluded that Krishna, according to his transcendental activities, has many, many, many different names. These names, Krishna and Vasudeva stated, are not your son's only names. The white and other colored forms spoken by me are not his only forms. He has other names such as Bhaktavatsal and Sarvagya and Govardhandhari according to the qualities and activities he manifests. In the name Krishna, Krishna means Sarvarth, same word, or existence, and the Na means Anand or bliss according to the Keshavacharya and others. He is called Krishna because his body, which is composed of mantra, attracts Krishna, the devotees, and its color is black, Krishna. He is called Govinda because he herds the cows. If I, an astrologer, do not know this, what can be said of the common man? From Garga Muni's words, Nanda could understand that his son was Mahapurush, who had undergone many births with many names. Garga Muni knew this because he was omniscient. Many things could be said about your son. The real meaning is that according to the various qualities and activities, the Lord takes form like Narsinga, Kurma, and then further it says, Lagu Vaishnu Toshani. Previously, examples were given of his various forms, just as he had white and red form. So he had many names and various births. I know this, but other men do not. Since this knowledge is impossible for ordinary people, the forms are many, but not revealed to all. There is a secret meaning. What is the secret meaning? There are forms suitable to certain qualities like Narayan and Narsinga. There are forms suitable for certain activities like Matsya. There are names suitable for qualities like Bhaktavatsal. The names suitable to actions like creating the universe, Jagata Srishta, or protecting the universe, Jagata Palaka. The names like the form of Satchitananda are eternal. Thus names with their qualities and form are eternal, since the Lord is eternally endowed with qualities. Worship of the activities like lifting Govardhan and defeating Kaliya are well known in the eternal Vedas. The worshipper worships these actions without break, and the Lord likes to fulfill the desire of the devotees by performing those pastimes. Therefore, actions of the Lord are eternal, and the names describing them are also eternal. This is explained in Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam, just as the form describing qualities and activities are unlimited, so the names are also unlimited. The names may appear material, but they are spiritual, completely Satchitanand. They are realized in the heart of the worshipper. I do not know these names. This means that other people also do not know these names. Vishnu Puran says, I offer respect to you with unnameable goals, who cannot be named. Their heart which not transform on hearing the names of the Lord, even though shows tears in the eyes and hair standing on end is made of iron. Names and forms according to the guna indicate the avatar of Sattva, Raja and Tamaguna. Avatar of Sattva guna is white, avatar of Raja guna is red, avatar of Tamoguna is black. With appropriate colors are presiding deities of the Chitta, Ahankar, intellect and mind, or forms displaying qualities like affection for the devotees are meant. Forms according to the activity as Matsya and others, with activities of wandering around in the world of Pralya, etc. Verse 16. Esha Shriya Dhasya Gopa Gokula Nandana. This line is very important. Gopa Gokula Nandana. Anena Sarva Durgani Yoyam Anjasa Tarishatha. To increase the transcendental bliss of the coward men of Gokul, this child will always act auspiciously for you, and by his grace only you will surpass all the difficulties. For the coward men and the cows, Krishna is the supreme friend. Therefore, he is worshipped by the prayer Namo Brahmana Devaya Go Brahmana Hittaya Cha. His pastime in Gokul, his dham, are always favorable for the Brahmanas and cows. The first business is to give all comfort to the cows and Brahmanas. In fact, comfort for the Brahman is secondary, and comfort for the cow is his first concern. Because of his presence, all people would overcome all disturbance and always be situated in transcendental bliss. Garga Muni continued, your son will produce adhasyat, benefit and give joy, Nandan, to the cowed men and the herds of cows, Gokula. Or Gop Gokul Nandan can refer to Krishna's becoming son, Nandan, of all the cowherd and cows by his expansion during the Brahma Vimohan pastime. It means when Brahma steal the cowherd boys, at that time Krishna become cowherd boys, so he become Gop Gokul Nandana. So he become the son of all the Gopas of Gokul. Or the word Gop can be taken as the vocative address to Nanda Maharaj, O cowherd. By your son's mercy you will very easily and happily cross over all obstacles. Whenever difficulty arises, your son who is invested with the power of Narayan will deliver you. You should therefore take shelter of him. This child will give bliss to all cowherd of Gokul. This is his nature, and even by action he will do what is most beneficial for the people of Vrja in this life and the next. Because of the Krishna, you will easily cross over all disturbances, even from Kansa and others. So, O King Gopa, Garba speak this word, respect to the Nanda, are the protector of earth. Gopa, Go means earth and Pa means protector. The earth is protected by you, and by action this child will do what is most beneficial for the people of Vrja in this life and next, or for all devotees in general, or he will act beneficially for all people, for your people. He will give all joy to all the Gokul, and by action he will do what is most beneficial for the people of Vrja in this life and next. Puranena vrajapate sadhavo dasya pidita arajake rakshamana jigyaho dasyam samedhita. Nanda Maharaj, as recorded in history, when there was an irregular, incapable government, Indra having been dethroned and people were being harassed and disturbed by thieves, this child appeared in order to protect the people and enable them to flourish, and he curbed the rogues and thieves. Indra is the king of the universe. Demon, thieves and rogues always disturb Indra, Indrari Vyakulam Lokam. But when the Indra Ari, which means the enemies of Indra, become prominent, Krishna appears, Krishnastu Bhagavan Soyam. Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Mridyanti Yuge Yuge. In another birth, Pura, the demigod Sadhavo, who were harassed by the demons Dasyu, and bereft of their king Arajake, Indra, were protected and made strong by your son. Vaman Dev this was done by Vaman Dev. His past history in another birth is related. The Devatas were afflicted by the demons when Indra was dethroned. Why I was saying this? In order to instill Nanda's faith in his words, in another birth actually refer to the avatars such as Prithu. O Lord of Vrja, you should preserve the happiness in Vrja from unlimited wicked people. Ya etasmin mahabhagaha pritam kurvanti manavaha Narayoho abhibhavanti etan Vishnoho pakshan ivasuraha. Demons, Asura, cannot harm the demigod, who always have Lord Vishnu on their side. Similarly, any person or a group attached to Krishna is extremely fortunate. Because such persons are very much affectionate towards Krishna, they cannot be defeated by demons like associate of Kansa. or by the internal enemies or the senses, lust, anger, greed, they will be protected. A version with Mahabhaga instead of Bhaga. Bhaga means, O most fortunate Lady Yashoda. Mahabhage may be addressed to the Yashoda. He calls out to her since women usually perform Dharma properly. Or it can refer to the most fortunate Krishna. Men who show affection to most fortunate Krishna, Mahabhage, are not defeated by demons. Manavaha means jiva. Aryaha means enemies like the demons, or internal enemies like lust. Enemies cannot conquer them just as demon cannot conquer devatas. The hidden meaning is that Bhaga means Bhaga, the Lord inclined to manifest 6 amazing qualities, Bhagavan. Or Vishnu Pakshana. Vishnu Pakshan refer to anyone like a devata, and the last line can stand as one statement. The word if is not irrelevant. Enemies similar to demons cannot conquer the devotees who show affection for the fortunate child. All humans, without regards for birth, who show affection for Krishna are protected from enemies. Actually, he appears among humans to show affection for them, but Garga hides this fact. The external enemies are Kansa and others. The internal enemies are lust, etc. Similarly, the demon cannot harm the devatas, or the materialists cannot harm the devotees. You should never fear Kansa and his allies. Verse 19. Tasmanandatmajo ayamte narayana samo gunaihi shriha kirtiya anobhavena gopaya swaha samahitaha. In conclusion, therefore, O Nanda Maharaj, this child of yours is as good as Narayan. In his transcendental qualities, opulence, name, fame, and influence, he is equal to Narayan. He is exactly like Narayan. You should all raise this child very carefully and cautiously. In this verse, the word Narayan Samaha is significant. Narayan has no equal. He is a samurdhava. No one is equal to him and no one is greater than him. Then he is. As stated in Shastra, Yastu Narayana Deva Devam Brahma Rudra Adi Devata Devatahi Samatve Naiva Vikshate Tat Pashandi Bhaveta Durvam. Chaitanya Charitamrita. One who equates the Narayan even with great exalted demigod like Shiva or Lord Brahma is Pashandi and egoistic. No one can equal Narayan. Nonetheless, Garga Muni used the word Sma, meaning equal, because he wanted to treat Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead who had become Nanda Maharaj's son. Garga Muni wanted to impress upon the mind of Nanda Maharaj. Your worshipful deity Narayan is so pleased with you that he has sent you a son almost equal to him in qualification. So Nanda Maharaj was worshipping Salangram, Narayan Salangram Shila. Therefore, you may designate your son with a similar name as Mukanda or Madhusudana. But you must always remember that whenever you want to do something very good, there will be many hindrances. Therefore, you should raise and protect this child with great care. If you can protect this child very cautiously, as Narayan always protects you, the child will be as good as Narayan. Gargoni also indicated that although the child was exalted, qualified like Narayan, he would enjoy more than Narayan as a rasa vihari, the central enjoyer of the rasa dance. As stated in Brahma Sahita, Lakshmi Sahasrasat Sambrasevyamanam, he would be served by many gopis who would all be as good as goddess of fortune. Chakravarti Pad writes, because you are Ishtadev, worshipable deity, has been pleased, he has given you a son like Narayan. This is the intent of this verse. It is prescribed that you should chant the name Mukunda, Madhusudan and Narayan. In all good things there are obstacles, so therefore at every moment protect Gopayasva, your son, carefully. This son whom you protect will in turn protect you from all disturbances, just like Narayan. What is this son whom you protect will in turn protect you from all disturbances. What is the principle?
Prabhuji, like ye thamam prapadyante.
Yes, ye yatha mam prapadyante tan sati. Exactly, this is the principle. As you approach, so he responds. Very good. Taking the meaning of Narayan somehow to mean to whom Narayan is equal. There is an inference of the inferiority of Narayan. So Narayan is not equal to him. He is more than Narayan. The meaning would then be, you have a son to whom Narayan is equal in qualities. But actually Krishna is much more attractive than Narayan in other major qualities, such as number 1, granting liberation to demons. Number 2, giving mahabhav to his devotees, which means love of God. And displaying the Rasa Leela, which is unattainable by the Lakshmi. So there are 3 things which are more than Narayan. But actually we can say from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, he has 4 more things. Venu Madhuri, Leela Madhuri, Roop Madhuri and Prem Madhuri. So Narayan is not equal to him. He is more than Narayan. There is an alternative reading to the phrase Gopayasva Samahitaha. It means you protect him. This is the one meaning, carefully. The other meaning is, it can mean the same as Gopayasva, to protect carefully. Or it can also be taken as Gopaya. Aya means income. Gopaya, gyaan of the Gopas. The Gopas will get more prosperity. Coward man will get more prosperity. With Susamahitaha. Susamahita would mean Krishna internally desire gain or good fortune for cowards. Susamahitaha. Samahita means benefit, good fortune. So another meaning of the word Gopaya Samahita, Susamahita. The Lord of the Vaikuntha is similar to him by qualities, fame, wealth and influence. By his very nature, be very careful to hide his auspicious attainment. The ex-Gopaya means to hide him. Third meaning of Gopaya means hide him, keep him confidential. The external meaning is, though he is similar to Narayan, he has been born as your son. He is born as your son, he hides his powers and is obedient to you. Very carefully protect him during his Okay. Actually, he said this so that none affection for Krishna would increase. Also, protect him with all your might during his infancy and after as well. His fame, Kirtaya, referred to Krishna's inherent fame and his fame for being Nanda's son, which will be attractive to all people. Instead of Gopaya Sama, Susamahita, sometime Gopaswa Samahita is seen. Atma Atmanapeda form is poetic. Okay, meaning can also be hide him, Gopa, so that he is not visible to all, like great treasure that you have obtained. With great attention, Susamahita, using method for creating auspiciousness, Aya, with increased affection because he is rare, or very carefully with this attainment of the coward people, or another version there is Gopa Ayaswa Samahita, hide him and be careful, since he will bring the and preserve. He will bring and preserve Swa, Ayaswa, prosperity of the cowherd. So he will bring and preserve. What is this principle?
I carry what you like that.
Give and preserve. What is the principle?
Yogakshemam mahamyam.
Yogakshemam mahamyam. Who said this?
Krishna to Arjun.
Huh? Who said this? Who said?
Krishna to Arjun.
No. Which student answered this?
Sundari Gopi Mataji.
Huh?
Sundari Gopi.
Oh, Sundari Gopi. And who answered first? First you answered. Ye yathamam prapadyante. Who answered?
Sundari Gopi Mataji.
Both.
She said sloka properly. She knew the sloka.
Oh, very good. Both were the correct answers. Good. The ordinary meaning of the verse is as follows. Because Krishna is like Narayan, he will have Narayan's names, and he will have other characteristics like Narayan. Thus the gopis and other call Krishna by name Mukunda, which were made Nandatmajaha. Nanda, your means your son who produce bliss. So our qualities refer to the 6 qualities of Bhagavan. These are then described with the other words like Shri, Kirti and Anubhav. Vairag is unsuitable, so is not mentioned. Anubhav, Aishwarya and Virya also include knowledge and dharma, as well as power, or you should protect him with all his qualities and beauty. Devotees such as Vallabha, this is the Vallabha Acharya, which we have a commentary, we are not escaping every day because we don't have a time. Devotees like such as Vallabha say that Narayan has 3 forms, Akshara, Purusha and Antaryami, like Surya Narayan. So as a Akshar, he favors the Jiva. The Purusha, he causes similarity to himself. As Antaryami, he produces devotion. By these qualities, Krishna is similar. In this universe, Rama Vaikuntha. As a Purusha, he is with sun god in the sun planet, Surya Narayan. And as Antaryami, he is presiding deity of the sacrifice on the earth. Krishna has similar quality to these forms. So this is Vallabhacharya's commentary. Protect him with great attention, with devotion. With attention, protect him during his childhood to increase affection or out of fear of Kansa. Or hide him, do not reveal him everywhere. By good fortune, you have attained a great treasure. Meaning can also be hide him, go, so that he is not visible to all, like a that you have obtained with a great attention, susma, using the method for creating auspiciousness, aya, with increased affection because he is rare. Or be very careful with this attainment, aya, of the coward people. Or in another version, there is a gopa ayasva samahitaha. Hide him and be careful, since he will bring preserve prosperity of coward people. Or be attentive to the goal of Vaikuntha and the wealth of prem, love. The ordinary meaning of this verse is as follows. Because Krishna is like Narayan, he will have Narayan's name and he will have other characters like Narayan. Oh Nanda, Nanda can also be a verb, be happy. Last verse of this section, Sri Shukavacha, Iti atmanam samadesha garge cha swagraham gate nandaha pramodito mene atmanam puranam asisham. Shri Sukadeva Goswami continued, after Garga Muni having instructed Nanda Maharaj about Krishna departed for his own home, Nanda Maharaj was very pleased and considered himself full of all good fortune, Asisa. Krishna is the super soul and Nanda Maharaj is the individual soul. By the instruction of Garga Muni, both of them were blessed. Nanda Maharaj was thinking of Krishna's safety from the hands of demons like Putna and Shaktasur. And because he possessed such a son, he thought of himself as most fortunate. He who, Chakravarti Pad writes, he who attracted the life of Putna and Shaktasur, Shaktasur also attracted the mind of highly qualified Garga. Garga returned home after withdrawing his mind from Krishna and directing it back to himself, Atmanam Samadhisha. In front of Nanda, he did not show reverence to the child. He knows that he is God, but he did not show reverence in front of Nanda Maharaj. His local priest is a Chandaliya Rishi, and celebrated the name visibly with a great festival. Garga had showed, Sanatana Goswami writes, Garga had shows that Krishna was Guru of the universe as Paramatma, Atmanam. The word Cha indicates Balaram also. Adisha also indicate what as a teacher, Garga Muni, he instructed them to wear tilak, etc. Nanda shows joy after Garga went home. It would be improper to show his pride in his son in front of Garga. Was it not proper to show pride since Nanda was the best of the devotees? Yes, he was overjoyed. Now after this Garga, which I am now scrolling up, there is a description that from here Garga Muni went to the palace of Vrishabhanu Maharaj. He received him with honor and he said, I have daughter born and her name is Radhika. So what is the meaning of Radhika and who is the suitable person to whom I should marry her? Then Garga Muni will say the four things about the meaning of Radhaka, what it means. And these are all the energies of the Supreme Lord. They are all included in Radha. And the only person who she can marry is Krishna. Then Vrishabhanu said, and Kirtida said, can you arrange this marriage? He said, no, I cannot do this. But this marriage will be performed at Bhandir 1 by Brahmaji will come and he will perform this marriage. So this is the whole story. When you have a time, you can just relish this. This is a long Garga Santa information. Then after King Vrishbhanu had worshipped him, all-knowing Garga Muni, who was the best of the philosophers and the king of the sages, went to his own home. Okay, now from 21 to 25, crawling pastime of Krishna and Balaram. This is actually before Tiranavarta pastime, because 1 year child can walk. So these are the pastime between the name grooming and Tiranavarta. They are not in chronological order. So now Janobhyam Saha Panibhyam Ringano Vijarahato. Enjoyed childhood play. After a short time means after name giving ceremony, more or less, time passed, both brothers, Ram and Krishna, began to crawl on the ground of Vraj with the strength of their hands and knees, thus enjoy their childhood play. Srila Prabhupada writes, one Brahman, this Brahman is a Raghunath Upadhyaya from Tiruhatta, who came to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from Prayagraj crossed the Jamuna and invited by Vallabhacharya to take lunch at his house. After taking lunch, this Brahman came there and Mahaprabhu asked him, please say something. Then he quoted this verse and another verse. So this is one verse. One Brahman is Raghupad Upadhyaya. He told this verse to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Mahaprabhu was very happy. Shrutim apare smrtim itare bharatam anya bhajanto bhavabhita aham iyananda bande yasya alende param brahma. Let others fearing material existence worship Veda Shruti, Vedic supplementary Puranas Smriti and Mahabharata Bharatam. But I shall worship Nanda Maharaj, in whose courtyard the Supreme Brahma is crawling. Anybody knows what is the other verse he said? And then Mahaprabhu was very ecstatic after hearing that verse, and then Raghupati understood that Mahaprabhu is not ordinary person, he is Krishna himself. Somebody remember this pastime? Who will believe me? Krishna, the bushes of Vrindavan, is hunting the gopis. Who will believe me? This is the other verse which he quoted in Chaitanya Charitamrita. You can find the teaching to Rupa Goswami in that section. Srila Prabhupada writes, for a highly exalted devotee's kevalya, merging into the existence of the Supreme, appears no better than hell, narakayate. But here one can simply think of crawling of Krishna and Baladev in Kodi of Nanda Maharaj and always merge in transcendental happiness. As long as one is absorbed in thought of Krishna Leela, especially Krishna's childhood pastime, as Parikshit Maharaj desired to be, one is always merged in actual kevalya. Actual kevalya means is just absorbed in pastime of Krishna, forgetting anything else. Kevalya means only. Therefore, Vyasadeva compiled Srimad Bhagvatam, Lokasya ajanato vidvan chakre satvata sahitam, Bhagavatam 176. Vyasadeva compiled Srimad Bhagavatam under the instruction of Narad, so that anyone can take advantage of this literature, thinking of Krishna's pastime and always be liberated. Shrutim aparesh, same verse. Krishna's pastime mixed with Aishwarya, grandeur, such as killing Putana, and his Shuddha Madhurya Leela. This is Shuddha Madhurya Leela for the Vatsalya devotee. Devotees in a parental love. Pure sweet pastime are both presented. Both are worthy of remembrance by Krishna's devotees. So, I think the section which we are together is only Gokul Leela. So this is the pastime of Krishna for 3 years and 4 months and few days. and his pastime are for paternal love devotees, Vatsalya Prem. It is a childhood pastime for those devotees who have the feeling for Krishna as their darling son. The next set of pastime which you will afterwards relish from chapter 11 onward. Yeah, 11, no, yeah, 11 onward. Then they will leave the Vrindavan and leave the Gokul and go to the Vrindavan. Then Krishna's herding the calves and cows, it is for the friendship devotees. That's also almost 3 years and 4-5 months. His pastime is for friends. That is Kalila, attracting the friendly devotees. And the last 3 and some more months, when he shift to the Nandagaon, from the present Vrindavan where we are living near Chhattikara, then his pastime are with the gopis, and they are for Madhurya devotees. The Namakaran happened previously, since it should happen within the 100 days of his birth. Trinavarth killing took place at 1 year. It happened before this time. So after having explained how Krishna was complete, Sukdev will begin to show that completeness by example. A short time after breaking of the cult, means 3 months, and the name giving ceremony, that is just at that time, 90 days, under 100 days, this incident occurred. So this incident which now we are reading the Leela is after Shaktasur and name giving ceremony. Killing Trinavat took place later after the boys are 1 year old. It is seen that 1 year old children can walk, but a strong among them will walk earlier. Therefore their crawling occurred much before 1 year. Sukdev reveals their great fortune because of the sweetness of the pastime in Gokul at that time. Though in Gokul within Vraj, there was also killing of the demons as extraordinary events with a show of anger on Krishna's part. This will be revealed later. Kaliya and others. Later also, Balaram is called Ram because of his enjoyment of Gokul in performing his pastime. Krishna is called Keshav. Why? The meaning of Keshav is because he controlled Vayate, Ka, Brahma, and Shiva. By the sweetness of his pastime, he controlled Lord Shiva and Brahma. Or because the first hair, Kesh means hair, growing on his head, hung playfully. Or according to the Mahabharata, the word Keshav is given the following meaning. All my rays are called Kesh. The best omniscient sages call me Keshav. Ansavo ye prakashante mamate kesha sangyata sarvagyaha keshavam tasman mam ahor manish muni sattamaha. So there are 3 meanings of Keshav we have seen. He has very beautiful, shining, glossy, curling hair, therefore he is called Keshav. Keshav meaning shining one. The two are mentioned together to show that by crawling together they were attractive to the whole universe. Keshav's name is placed after Balaram's to show that he was the younger brother. Sometimes Tat or son is seen instead of Alpena. Sukdev calls out to Parikshit with affection because of being overwhelmed with the prayer and remembering the infant pastime he is reciting. Or Tat may be compounded with the word Gokul to mean father's Gokul, to show that the two played freely under the protection of Nanda Maharaj. Vishnu Puran saying, let's see. Harivansh says, as time passed, the two gentle boys named Krishna and Sankrishna began to crawl on their knees. The two boys in their childhood moved together as one. They were of identical bodies, appearing like young moon and sun. They were of the same physique. They started the same bed, seat, food. They shared the same bed, seat, food. They dressed in the same way and showed similar childish tendencies. They did the same thing. They appeared as if one body has divided into two. The boys, having the great power, worked in the same way. They were sons of the same father. For the people, they appeared the same. They were humans meant for carrying out the mission of gods. They were protectors of the world, who appeared as the cowherd boys. They dazzled by the playing between themselves. They looked like moon and sun in the sky, whose rays fell on each other. So all these saying they are of same age almost. Lengthy, very beautiful this Anand Vrindavan Champu about this crawling is a beautiful pastime. And then also there's a Govinda Ashtakam first verse speaking about this pastime. Verse 22. Tavangri yugam anuklesha sarishrapanto ghosha praghosha ruchiram brajja kardameshu tannada hrishta manasava anushritya lokam Mogdaha prabhedavatta upajyetora antimatro. When the Krishna and Balaram, with the strength of their legs, crawled in the muddy places created in the woods by the cow dung and cow urine, their crawling resembling the crawling of the serpents, and the sound of their ankle bells was very charming. Very much pleased by the sound of the other people's ankle bells, those who were passing by, some ladies generally. They used to follow these people if going to their mothers. But then they saw that these were other people. They then afraid and returned to their real mothers, Yashoda and Rohini. When the Krishna and Balaram were crawling about Vrajabhumi, they were enchanted by the sound of ankle bells. Thus, they sometimes followed other people who would enjoy the crawling of the Krishna and Balaram and exclaim, "Oh, see how Krishna and Balaram are crawling." Upon hearing this, Krishna and Balaram could understand that these were not their mothers. They were following, and they would return to their actual mothers. Thus, the crawling of the Krishna and Balaram was enjoyed by the people of the neighborhood as well as the mothers, Yashoda and Rohini, and the two children themselves. Krishna and Balaram crawled about the courtyard on their hands and knees and in a crooked way. They moved through the dirt, which mixed with cow milk and urine. Their ankle bells tinkled pleasantly like the sound of kartals, or the voices of the gopis and gopas, ghosha praghosh. The cowherd men become blissful upon hearing their jingling ankle bells. Swami says ghosh means bell. When a stranger came in the yard, the two boys, thinking they were their mothers, would joyfully crawl after them. When they realized their mistake, both brothers would suddenly become fearful and scamper back to their mothers. Mugdha bhita vada, enchanted and afraid. The suffix vada is used to indicate that Krishna and Balaram were playing the part of ordinary children. who make mistakes and experience fear. But in reality, they were not ordinary children. They crawl about in the crooked path. This indicates their strength even in crawling about. Sukdev does not compare their feet to the lotus because he realized lotuses are poor companion to their feet. Where their feet are compared to the lotuses in other places, it should be understood that those words are realization of others. The yards of the many places in the verge become muddy because of the cow urine and dung. The plural used to indicate many places. They followed some people who came there, thinking they were their relatives, and after understanding that they were not, they went to their. They become very frightened, Vita. Small, innocent children, since they were absorbed in their pastime. Ghosha Pragosha Ruchiram can also mean their feet were attractive, causing a loud exclamation, Pragosha, of the cowherds, Ghosha. They said, how wonderful that they are crawling. Or the phrase can mean feet which loudly jingle with their ankle bells because of the commotion of the people. Tanamatrao nijasutao granhatyaha. Oh, wonderful verses, but I think we are behind. Dressed with muddy earth mixed with the cow dung and cow urine. The babies looked very beautiful. Angrag, there must be word some angrag here. Tanamatrao nijasutao grahanyaha sunavantayo. Panka Angarag, this is Panka Angarag. Yeah, it means actually the best soothing. The Kubuja was carrying Angarag. These are special sort of creams to be applied to the body. And what is the Panka Angarag? Panka means pankaj. Panka means the mud. And Angarag means they were covered with mud. But the word is Ruchiro. Upagrahi Dorabhyam. Their mother carried them with both hands. Datva Stanam, then they feed them breast milk. Prabhivoho Samamukham Niriksha, they look at their face. Mugdar Samitapal, they were very happy. Dashan Yayatoho Paramudam. Transcendental bliss. So once Yashoda was angry, he said, you are looking like a pig. I appear as a Varadev. I am doing that when I am just in a mud. Dressed with muddy earth mixed with the cow dung and cow urine, the babies. So dressed with muddy earth, which means Panka Angarag. The babies looked very beautiful. And when they went to their mothers, both Yashoda and Rani picked them up with great affection, embraced them, allowed them to suck the milk from their breast. While sucking the breast, the babies smiled and their small teeth were visible. Their mothers, upon seeing those beautiful teeth, enjoyed great transcendental bliss. As the mother cared for their respective babies by the arrangement of the Yoga Maya, the babies thought, here is my mother, and the mothers thought, here is my son. Because of affection, milk naturally flowed from the mother's breast, and the babies drank it. When the mothers saw small teeth coming in, they would count them and be happy. And when the babies saw their mothers allowing them to drink their breast milk, the babies also felt transcendental pleasure. As this transcendental affection continued between the Rohini and Balaram, and Yashoda and Krishna, they all enjoyed the transcendental bliss. Mother Yashoda and Rohini felt, due to the motherly affection, grahanya, milk flowed freely, snowvantayo, from the breast of Yashoda and Rohini. The dust on the bodies of the Krishna and Balaram enhanced their beauty and attraction, just like cosmetic. This is the meaning of angra, cosmetic. This is established by using the metaphor sundara kimna sundaram. An ornament looks more beautiful on the beautiful person. Mouth, mukham, is in the singular because each mother concentrated on the mouth of one child. The mother derived great pleasure from seeing one or two small teeth, alap dasan mukham, in their innocent smiling mouth, mugdha simita. Their bodies shone with mud and the cosmetic. It is said, what is not beautiful in the Sundar Khanda of Ramayana, what is not beautiful in the Sundar Khanda of Ramayana? Similarly, so what is not beautiful in Sundar Khanda? Everything is beautiful. Similarly, it is said, what was not beautiful in the infant boys? All are beautiful. This follows the example. A lotus is beautiful even when covered by shaival plant. This was particular beauty of their infant age. From that time onward, each regarded the other's son as their own son, Nijasuto, and sometime out of affection gave the other child to feed him. Out of great bliss, they looked carefully in their children's mouth and felt greatest pleasure because of their bliss. Nenam brancho na bhavo na shri apya anga sangshriya prasadam le bheri gopi yatat prapta vimuktidat. Neither Lord Brahma nor Shiva nor even the goddess of fortune, who is always the better half of the Supreme Lord, can obtain from the Lord, the deliverer from this material world, such mercy as received by Mother Yashoda. These are the verses in Damodar Leela. Nayam sukhapo bhagavan dehinam gopika sutta jnaninam cha adhbhutanam yatha bhakti matam iya. Krishna, son of Mother Yashoda, is acceptable to devotees engaged in spontaneous loving service, but is not as easily accessible to mental speculator, to those striving for self-realization by the severe austerities and penances, or those who consider the body same as the self. Some express joy or wonder. Mukham is in the singular, that is, we already did. Same thing, I think. What Harivansh is saying. Sometimes their bodies are covered with ashes and sometimes with cow dung. They ran around like the sons of fire god. As they crawled on their knees in some places, they looked enchanting. They went to the cow shed for playing, and their bodies were covered with the cow dung. They were blessed with Shri. They gave great pleasure to their parents. They would do some mischief, sometimes on people and laugh. Most of the time they played. Their long curly hair fell on their eyes. The handsome boys had faces like moon. You close eyes and see Krishna and Balaram, their curly hairs are falling on their eyes. Can you see that? They roamed around Vraja doing various pranks. Nanda Gop was unable to control them. Verse 24. Our ladies would enjoy seeing the pastime of the babies Ram and Krishna. The babies would catch the end of the calf's tail and the calves would drag them here and there. When the ladies saw this pastime, they certainly stopped their household activities and laughed and enjoyed the incident. While crawling in curiosity, Krishna and Balaram would sometimes catch the end of the tail of calves. The calves, feeling that someone had caught them, they began to flee here and there, and the babies would hold on very tightly, being afraid of how the calves were moving. The calves, seeing that the babies were holding them tightly, would also become afraid. Then the ladies would come to rescue the babies and gladly laugh. This was their enjoyment. As Krishna and Balaram grew in size and beauty, they performed their childhood pastime, Kumara Leela. Kumar means under 5 years. Usually, Chakravarti Pada writes, when they are 3 years, less than 3 years, they look like 5. They, because very attractive to all the ladies, Angana Darshaniya. Angana means lady, Darshaniya means they are very attractive. The woman of the Virja Abalaha became blissful, Jaharshu, upon seeing the boys enjoying their pastime. What pranks did the divine brother perform? Sometimes Krishna and Balaram would grab the tail of the calves lying on the ground. Started, the calf would jump up, so it means they only hold the tail when the calf is sitting or lying down, not when running. The calf would jump up and run away while dragging the boys along the ground behind them. Instead of letting go, the boys would catch their tail even more tight out of fear and begin crying. The gopis would laugh and say to the boys, "You are weaker than these small calves still, taking milk from the udder." Then they would free their hands from the calves' tails. When reading or hearing, are you relishing this pastime?
Yes, Surya.
Okay. The boys caught the tails of the calves. Either they caught one tail and then they gave that up and caught another, or they caught several calves' tail at once. They caught the tail tightly, pragrahita, not letting go, were pulled from the place to place. The woman looked at this scene intently. They gave up their household chores, or gave up their houses and went searching for this pastime throughout the Vraj. They laughed in astonishment, or laughed at two boys, saying, "Ah, you two are so strong, here and there by the calves." Verse 25. Now the mothers are a little afraid. Shrangi, Agni, Danstri, Asi, Jala, Dveja. So, Shrangi is with the horns like cows. Angi, Agni is fire. Danstri are like monkeys and dogs which have a teeth. Asi, which means sword. Jala, and the water. Dvij means birds. Kantake bhyo, and the thorns, because when they are dragged behind the calves, these are in the house or outside, this is a danger for the children. Krida parava ati chalao swa sutao nishedum. They could not stop them. Grahani karatom api yatra nata jananyao. Sekat aputra alam manaso anavasatam. When the mother Yashoda and Rohini were unable to protect the babies from the calamities threatened by the thorn, by the horned cows, by fire, by animal with claws and teeth such as monkeys, dogs, cats, and by thorn, sword, and other weapon on the ground, they were always in anxiety and their household engagement were disturbed. At that time, they were fully equipped in the transcendental ecstasy known as distress of material affection. Distress of distress of maternal affection, for this was aroused within them. Nothing about them is material. They are described in Brahma Samhita as Anand Chinmaya Ras. In the spiritual world, there is anxiety, there is crying, and there is other feelings similar to those of the material world. But because the reality of these feelings is in the transcendental world, of which this world is only. Mother Yashoda and Rohini enjoyed these transcendental. What? They enjoyed them transcendently. What? Anxiety. They enjoyed anxiety transcendentally. Krishna and Balaram were very naughty, ati chalao, because they wanted to play with the horned creature, Shringi, like bulls, creature with sharp teeth, Danstri, like dogs, fire, knives and birds, Dveja, bird like peacock. The mothers could not properly perform their household duties because they have to take care of the both boys. Thus their mind become disturbed. Anavavasthita. Anavasthatah. Anavasthata. This is sanchari bhav. Oh, like we yesterday said, lamentation. Now, this disturbance is called sanchari bhav. That nourish the vatsalya rasa. So, vatsalya rasa is a circle in the middle. This is sthai bhav of Yashoda. On this, there is influence or exertion of the influence of anubhav, ashta sattvic bhav, sanchari bhav, and vibhav. 4. Then there is actually ras, vatsalya ras is experienced. So these are sanchari bhav. There are some 33, I hope. And one of them is disturbed minds, like lamentation. Yesterday we have a question. They could not protect the boys from horns of the cows, teeth and dogs, etc. They could not do their household duties and become disturbed. When the boys become stronger with age, the mother become agitated with prem, love. Because of the boys' fickle actions, the mother had to prevent them from grabbing horns, fire, teeth, etc. Or they had to prevent the boys engage in playing with horns, fire, teeth, etc. Okay, same. But they could not prevent them. By the rule, there could be no sandhi in the dual form of the verb. Though in this verse, this is a grammar. Why could they not control most fickle, naughty? They wanted to touch horn of bull, teeth of dog or monkey, knives, in some version snakes or ahi means snake. Since it was possible to keep knives away from them, the birds such as peacock, oh here it is written, okay, they could prevent their sons from touching these things, but others could not. Since they could not bear them, since they could not beat them, since it was necessary for the mothers to prevent them as they were overwhelmed with affection, they did this by keeping the boys by their side and using words But then they were not able to do duties in the house to which they were attached from the birth of Krishna, since they took the house as Krishna's. Thus their mind became very unsettled. And on the other side is to protect the base from danger. So in between these two dilemma, they are disturbed. When the people of village become unsettled, that unsettled state as the sanchari bhav called chapal. Nourish the sthai bhav called vatsalya and become superior to samadhi. The highest stage of happiness in the house become manifested. Later, Brahma will say, comparing them to the materialistic, the homes, the wealth, the friend, the dear relatives, bodies, children, very lives and the hearts of the people of Israel are all dedicated only to you, Krishna. The people of the world were never absorbed in material consciousness. Na vindam bhava vedanam. Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda's bhav is praised. Nemam brancho na bhavo, same verse again. From all these verses, it is clear that their bhav was most exalted. Vaishampayan also described the attraction between Krishna and Balaram. Many verses together. The two boys from the infancy were like one body, shining like a small moon and sun. I think these are the verses we have read in Vishnu Puran. Hari's Puran. Almost same verses. Elephant, two proud elephant calves covered with mud, and they show like a two proud elephant calves. Something interesting. Garga Samhita has also a lengthy description. Oh, this is about the marriage of Radha and Krishna by Brahma. This is that section. Very lengthy section of Bonded One, where Radha and Krishna was married by Brahmaji. That pastime is inserted here because this is the age when this pastime took place. Who will read this on his own? Very lengthy pastime, my God.
What age they were married?
It appears Bhandir what is on other side of Jamuna, and Krishna was baby, was taken by Nanda Maharaj there, and there was a some storm and rain, and then some young girl came and she said, I will take care. So Nanda Baba gave to, and that was Radharani, and then both become of the Kishore age, and then Brahma made the marriage, and after that again the Krishna becomes small baby, and that girl brought that to home. This is there. And to bring auspiciousness to the sons, Yashoda and Rani regularly gave garments, jewels, and new grants in charity. So what is the age? I don't know. We have to find in these verses. There must be some description. Now, verse 26 to 31. Naughty pranks of Krishna and Balaram, the complaint of the gopis. Oh, I speak most pastime there. Kalena alpena rajarishe Rama Krishna cha gokule agharshtaha janobhi padabhi vichakramato anjasa. O King Parikshit, within a very short time, both Ram and Krishna began to walk very easily in Gokul on their legs by their own strength without the need of to crawl. Instead of crawling with their knees, the babies could now stand up by holding on to something and walk little by little without difficulty by the strength of their own legs. The word ojasa, same thing, with meaning body, which means bodily strength actually. In other words, Krishna and Balaram stopped crawling and started walking boldly around Gokul. Out of eagerness to describe everything at once, Sukdev, after quickly describing the first part of crawling and walking pastime, began to describe the last part, impelled by the remembrance of the sweetness of those later pastime. In just a little time, the boys were able to walk around Gokul without rubbing their knees on ground because of extraordinary intelligence and strength. They did this easily, Anjasa, because of their strength, or Ojasa, with his strength. Some versions have Go Braje, cow pen or mass of light. O Parikshat, sage among the kings, you have understood the sweetness of this pastime just as I have. Tatastu Bhagavan Krishno Vyasai Vraja Balakai Saharamo Vraja Strinam Chakride Jananyam Mudam. Thereafter Lord Krishna, along with Balaram, began to play with the other children of the cowherd men, thus awakening the transcendental bliss of the cowherd. The word Saharama, meaning along with Balaram, is significant in this verse. In such transcendental pastime, Krishna is the chief hero and Balaram provides additional help. Now, what are these pastimes? Chakravarti Pad writes, in the pastime of stealing butter, Krishna was the predominant figure. Therefore, in this verse, Krishna is described as Saharamo along with Balaram. Earlier in all verses, Balaram was named first because he is the elder brother. But now, this pastime of stealing butter, Krishna is primary figure. Having generally described the pastime of two to indicate the similarity of the Balaram in relation to Krishna's pastime, predominance over Balaram in the pastime attractive to all Braj. The word to indicate a change of topic. Krishna is the main figure since he is naturally Swayam Bhagavan, and he is accompanied by Balaram because of pastime. Bhagavan means that he desired to reveal his sweetness as Swayam Bhagavan. Krishna means that he desired to attract all people with his sweetness, and that he attracted even Balaram. By assisting the greatest Raman enjoyer, he attracted Balaram, the greatest Raman enjoyer. Balaram fulfilled the meaning of his name as one who enjoys. Krishna chose boys of the same age, VIHE, who were also of the similar nature, qualities, family, and activities. They were thus close because they belonged to virtue, and thus famous as being most intimate with Krishna. Chikirde would be Chikirda, which means playing. Who were these boys? With the boys of the village, their friends, headed by Sri Dharma and Subal, they played on the Yamuna's sandy shore. In the Yamuna's forest, opulent with kadam groves and sturdy black tamal trees, Krishna and Balaram walked, delighting the gopas and gopis with his childhood pastime. With his friends, Lord Hari stole butter and ghee. Anand Vrindavan Shampoo. Oh, lengthy, beautiful things in Anand. Naughty pranks of Krishna and Balaram, verse 28. Krishnasya gopyo ruchiram vikshahi kaumara chapalam shranavantayah kilatana mato iti hotu samaka. Observing the very attractive, childish restlessness of Krishna, all the gopis in the neighborhood, to hear about Krishna's activities again and again, would approach Mother Yashoda and speak to her as follows. Krishna's activities are always very attractive to the devotees. Therefore, neighbors who were friend of Mother Yashoda starved her out and enjoyed information given by the neighborhood. And they would gather in Yashoda's house. Yashoda would stop at many household chores and listen to the activities of her child, on the text of reprimanding her for not controlling her. Yes. Yes, Prabhu. Who has a question? Question? No question. The woman, attracted to his pastime, consulting each other, came to the Yashoda for tasting prem themselves and to give Yashoda that taste. And he spoke to her in a joking mood. The woman of the village, the woman of the village, the prem of Krishna, seeing Krishna filling her constantly here, coming together to her, but not with tooth, keel, coming from their mouth. The description of Krishna's filthiness become most attractive. Sukdev wants to speak through their words. One day, Prabhavati Gopi, who was Upananda's wife, came to Nanda's place and spoke to the Yashoda. Oh, this is the verse. I have time. I think I can speak on this verse and then we end here today. Vatsan munchan kvachida asamaya karosha sanjata steyam swadvati ata dadhipayah kalpitahi stai yogai marakan bhaksham vibhajati chaten nati bhandam bhinanti द्रव्यालाभे सग्रहे कुपितो आते उपक्रोशतो कान. My dear friend Yashoda, one Gopi is saying, your son sometimes come to our house before the milking of the cows and release the calves. When the master of the house become angry, your son merely smile. Munchan Vatsan or Samaya. So Yashoda asked why he did this. Why he released your calves to drink the milk of cows before milking time. Then Gopi was telling, I was sitting on a chair and I hid the pot of butter under the chair. Krishna with his friend was going, I called them. I said, Krishna, I heard that you can find butter wherever it is hidden. Can you find where is the butter in my home? Krishna immediately found that butter is under the chair. So he asked his friends, go and release the cows. So and they went to the cows and started drinking milk. And Krishna told the Gopi, oh Gopi, foolish, you are just sitting on the chair. See, the cows are drinking the cow's milk before milking. So she ran to take care of the calves. In the meantime, Krishna took the butter under the chair and sitting on the chair and just eating and distributing to the boys. This was his pastime. The another meaning of Muncha Vatsan, Asamaya, Vatsan are devotees. Muncha means released. Asamaya means before time. Even before the time, or even before they suffer their karma, Krishna relieved the devotees quickly. even before suffering. Son or son. Now that's what he's saying. Or then Yashoda said, why don't you chastise him? He said, when we chastise, he simply smiled. When he smiled, our anger disappeared. Then the other gopi is saying, your son merely, however, sometime he devised some process. Every time new process, new device. He devised new process by which he is still palatable yogurt, butter and milk. Three things. Ati swadya. But for selling we sell, but especially we keep for our children and our husband. Ati swadya, very tasty. We are hiding inside. That he comes and steals. So the first gopi who said about the yogurt, Yashoda asked what he did in your house. He said he came alone. Immediately went and found out the tray of the yogurt and he started eating the cream on the top. I said, what are you doing? He said, mother, I am hungry, I am eating. Oh, Gopi said, it's not your home. Oh, then he looked, oh my God.